Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Sugar Punch here, coming in, dropping another video. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've made a video. I hope you all had a great weekend. As you can see from the thumbnail, we are down 2 more pounds, right? So we've now gone from 243 to 220, but we are still a long, long ways away from hitting our weight loss goal 165. But hey, we're having fun and we are enjoying the journey as we're making it. We're just like a little train, baby. Chugga 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 chugga, toot toot. Little train chugging right along the sugar train. But just to give you a little recap, for those of you that have been in the loop, last week I did the sugar fasting and sugar diet alternating days. Did that for 7 days, and we went from 225 to 220. So we lost 5 pounds on it. And I just want to kind of give a little brief recap on it and kind of what my thoughts are. And let you know if I think it's something I'll do in the future or if it's something I just think shouldn't be done. And the answer is, it works. Clearly, it works, right? We lost 5 pounds doing it, which was awesome, which was fantastic. You know, something that I do hate and I do regret, it is what it is, can't change it now, but I feel like it's been 2 weeks for me to get off, or it feels like that, 2 weeks worth for me to get off, to get like 5 pounds off. And, you know, if I'm really thinking about it, last week I only really lost 3 pounds, 3 pounds total, because I had gained 2 pounds, or like 2.5 pounds from this, not this weekend that just happened, but the weekend before. I had a barbecue with friends, and then I had a brother's birthday dinner. And, you know, I ate way too much, and it was food that was loaded with fat. So, yeah, did not go well. Did not pan out very well. But it's okay. That's why we have the sugar diet lifestyle, right? Because we know that this is like a long-term thing. It's not a short-term thing. And so I'm at a new personal low, new PBR, as we like to call it, which is fantastic. Love that. But, would I do alternating days again? Maybe, because I'm just going to level with you all. You know, I've got a hard target weight loss goal by July. I want to be down another 13 pounds, and I 100% know I can get there, but I kind of want to speed it up a little bit. And I do still believe, although I was losing weight doing the alternating days of the sugar diet and sugar fasting, I still believe that sugar fasting is that Ferrari, right? It's still taking a plane instead of driving in a car to get to your location. It's just quicker and it's just faster, straight up. And so for me, if you were wanting to know or wonder, hey, Sugar Punch, what are you doing going forward? Like, what is it that you want to do, the avenue or the vessel you want to take to get you to your weight loss goal? It's going to be both. I'm going to continue to do both. But I'm not going to set these arbitrary numbers anymore. Maybe that's the right word, arbitrary. I think it is. But I'm not going to like set these hardcore things of like, oh, well, you got to go 5 days on a sugar fast and you can't have any lean meat or protein for 5 days. Like, I'm just going to ride the wave, man. Like, I'm just going to ride the wave. I'm just going to enjoy it, and we'll see how it works out. If you're asking me what I'm doing right now in this moment, I'm still going to sugar fast. I'm still going to hit the sugar fast. I'm doing that today. And I'm probably going to roll a sugar fast for, I don't know, next several days, just because that's what I want to do. My thing is messing up because the extreme heat here in the south, and it looks like it's about to break and fall off after like 4 years. So that's crazy. Anyway, but I think I'm gonna keep rolling sugar fasting right now because I'm feeling really good. You know, like 2 weeks ago, I was struggling, and looking back, I know a lot of that was like where I was at personally and some hardships that I was facing in my life 2 weeks ago. But those things have rectified themselves and gotten better. So I'm definitely in a better mood. My vibe's definitely better. But, you know, I was watching 2 videos earlier today, and it's from 2 fellows in the sugar diet, sugar fasting community. And I'm going to give them a shout out. If I say your name's wrong, you know who you are. And I'll just put tag them in the comments at the top. But you should definitely go follow their channels because they're both doing excellent work. But I just want to talk about 2 things from each of their videos that I saw. Okay, so one is going to be Derek O'Hara, or O'Hara, probably O'Hara, Derek O'Hara. If you follow me, you probably follow Derek. Super awesome guy. He and I are very similar in the amount of weight that we have to lose, and he and I are very close. I think he's at like 219, and I'm at 220. So it's cool having him kind of be in the same position and seeing us both, you know, work and get to our weight loss goal. But we've got Derek O'Hara, or O'Hara, and then of course we have Joe Andrulli. Joe Andriulli. Sorry, I don't have all the fancy putting stuff up on there, but I'll tag it. But Joe, you know who you are. Joe Andrulli. Maybe that's right. Maybe it's not. But you know who you are, Joe. He's another awesome dude. Joe is someone who's already pretty fit. He's definitely got some muscle on him. And he's still trying to lose, I think maybe like 25-ish pounds or 30 pounds. Sorry if I'm off there, Joe, but somewhere in that vicinity, right? Go subscribe to both of their channels because both of them are doing great work, and they're really putting out fantastic content. So I would highly recommend going to watch them. But the 2 things from their videos that I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about Derek's first, right? Because Derek has integrated starch and lean meats into his weight loss plan. So he's basically doing the sugar diet, and he's been doing it, to my knowledge, for at least a week. And during that time, he lost 5 pounds. So the same thing as I did. Now, I don't know exactly if he was having starch and lean meat every single night. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, not sure. But I do know he's been having it on the regular. So he and I both lost like 5 pounds having starch and having lean meat. Now, I didn't have any lean meat at all, but I did have the starch. And one of the things that he was talking about that really stuck out is that he was saying when he's been on the sugar diet, right? Sugar throughout the day, and then having starch and lean meat at night. Remember, we're always keeping the fat rock bottom, virtually non-existent, and trying to keep the protein as low as possible. He was saying that what he noticed is that when he's sugar fasting, it was like he was waking up every day and it's like a pound was gone, you know, or close to a pound, right? While he was sugar dieting, he would wake up one day and maybe the scale was like the same as it was the day before, but then he'd wake up the next day and then the scale was down a pound, right? So he was still seeing the weight go down, but maybe some days it would just be like half a pound. So let's just say if he was like at 225, he woke up the next morning and it was at 245.5. And then the next day it was at 240. But he was still seeing weight loss, right? That's the thing to remember. And without a shadow of a doubt, for I would say 9 out of 10 people who are doing a sugar-based lifestyle, getting in starch and getting in lean protein, maybe if it's not every night, maybe it's every other night, is going to make this last a lot longer for you. Meaning you're going to get a lot more out of it, and you're going to feel like you're being able to eat more satiating food. So that was just an observation that he picked up. I mean, if I were to analyze mine was different. I had a day where I'd wake up and I've lost a pound. I had a day where I'd wake up and my weight would be exactly the same, right? I mean, hell, I even had one day, I think maybe Thursday or Friday, where I woke up and it wasn't by a lot, but I was up by 0.1, you know? So that just goes to show you, it's different for everybody. So, you know, the big thing is that I can address with Derek is getting the exercise in. And, you know, in his video, he was talking about how he's not doing like hardcore weightlifting or anything like that. But he typically goes out for walks in nature, right? And I think he said he was doing 10K steps. Well, that's what I've been doing this whole time. And I've been very honest and told y'all that, right? Like, I've been doing my 10K steps every single day, right? There's been a couple of days where that didn't happen. And that's the thing I want to get to. This last weekend, not the one that just happened, but the one before, where I had the barbecue and I had the burger and fries on Saturday and Sunday, one of the big issues I know was that I didn't get in 10,000 steps on those 2 days because I was in a vehicle for too long and just didn't have time to go walk, right? It just didn't happen. So I had no exercise on those days. And a mistake, in my opinion, that I also think I made on those 2 days was that at the beginning of them, on Saturday and Sunday, and I just maybe wasn't even too conscious of it, I was pounding down sugar, like as if it was a sugar fasting day. In my opinion, too much sugar, knowing that evening I was going to be eating barbecue with friends one day, and then literally the next day after that I was going to be eating a burger and fries, both meals that contain a lot of protein and a lot of fat in them, right? So I think for me, like, that was an aha moment, you know, of like, hey, you know what, when we know we're going to have a day like that, maybe we take it pretty chill on the sugar. Kind of like in the old school fasting days, when you knew like, oh man, okay, I've got a meal tonight, so I'm just not going to eat anything all day and I'm just going to OMAD. Well, for me, that's what I'm going to start doing on those days, just to see what happens. Because Latchkey also had a cheat meal, right? Or a celebration day, as I like to call them. And he didn't gain any weight at all on one of his. Now, I don't know exactly what he did, but I'm thinking that is something I need to start doing personally, is that. So on those days where I know I might be having pizza that night, or I might be having barbecue or whatever, I'm going to keep my sugar intake just kind of to the bare minimum, so my energy's good and I'm rocking and rolling. Right? And I might even just keep it like super simple and just keep it like straight juice. You know, apple juice, orange juice, maybe a Coke, or not Coke, but, you know, whatever, Sprite. And just keep it like that. I'm going to give that a whirl. I'm going to give it a try. Maybe it makes a difference. Maybe it doesn't. But that's why we're doing this. We're experimenting. Right? So that's just kind of my observation there. And then in regards to Joe's video that I watched, he had a conversation with Cole, and Joe's getting ready to take a big trip. Super envious of him, going to Italy, and he's going to get to enjoy some time with his family. That's awesome. And he's going to obviously go to Italy and enjoy really good food. All right, of course. He's not going to go to Italy and not have pasta and pizza and, you know, whatever else. But he's going on a 30-day shredding diet. Essentially 30-day fast. And when he was speaking to Cole, he told Cole the situation and what was up, and then Cole told him to cut the meat for 30 days and then sugar fast for 30 days, right? And basically he's eating like 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day, which is a lot of calories for sugar, right? But the point is, he can eat a ton. That's a feeling satiating day. And the key thing that stuck out to me from the video was that Cole had told him that not all calories are the same, right? And it's just thinking about it from this perspective. Let's say that you were going to eat 3,000 calories a day, and one of them was a sugar-based diet, and it was fruit-related and juice-related. But then the other one was, let's just say, you know, you just had a standard American diet, where in the morning you had eggs and you had bacon and you had, let's say, some grits, and then for lunch, you know, you went to Subway and had yourself a Subway sandwich, and then for dinner, you came home and you know, you had some kind of hamburger helper or something, right? Whatever. And the calories were exactly the same. The difference here is that with the sugar-based one, you can still lose weight, right? You're still gonna most likely guarantee weight loss. And that's what Joe was talking about. And that's what Cole was talking about to him. And the reason I find that interesting is because that takes me back to what I was just referencing a couple minutes ago about on a day where I know that I'm going to be indulging, right, on something that I know is going to have fat in it for sure, like more than 20 grams of fat in a day, and a significant or fair amount of protein, like those days, I need to be very mindful about what the calorie intake is and what's going down. And it's not like I'm going to be having those days every single day, because the simple truth is, guys and gals and pals and bros, if you got a significant amount of weight loss to lose, like a significant amount of weight to lose, which I do, I still have, you know, what, use math, Dustin, 35. I've got 55 pounds still left to lose. I'm not going to be indulging on pizza and burgers, you know, multiple times a week, or even every week, right? That's going to be just an every so often thing, because I got to get the weight down. That's the most important thing, and we're going to make that happen. But what I can do on those days is just be more mindful about what's going to happen that day. Because when I used to do the fasting with Cole that he talked about, where you were just fasting off snake juice, you know, or I was doing intermittent fasting. Actually, that's a better example. Intermittent fasting, I knew, hey, I am not going to be going ham, because I know later this evening I'm going to have a big meal. So I think putting together what Joe was talking about and what Derek was talking about, you know, and just kind of what I've learned and experienced myself, is that on those days, we're going to keep it like super minimal, right? And I think I'm going to try just keeping it like juice and water, you know, juice and water. And then we'll have our nice meal at the end of the day. But yeah, those are just like my thoughts, everything overall. I hope it's been going well for you all too. As I said, I'm not going to stick myself to any specific protocol. I'm not going to say, oh, I've got to do 5 days of a sugar fast, or I've got to do 20 days of, you know, a sugar fast, or I've got to do 7 days of the sugar diet. You know, I'm just going to roll. I'm just going to ride the wave, y'all, and see how it goes. But just keep checking the scale every day and getting the weight down, you know. If I go 3 days on a sugar fast and I decide, oh, I want a sugar diet today, I'll just switch and I'll do a sugar diet, you know. And I might do a sugar diet tomorrow. Have myself, you know, some Annie's tomato soup or something like that. I'm not sure. The important thing is the weight's going down. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. And then the last little thing I'm going to talk about is just kind of my upload frequency. What I've come to realize is posting a video every day, as much as I love doing that, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about each time. Unless if y'all just want me to post a video every day and just kind of ramble. I was thinking about cutting it back to like 3 to 4 times a week, because my goal here is I want to show you all the process is working, and I want to show you that you can lose weight this way, and it's healthy, and it's safe. And I just really, when I'm talking to you all or I'm posting videos, I'd like to kind of show more weight loss, because I know that's what y'all like. I've noticed from the thumbnails, typically the ones that show the scale with it going down, you know, kind of gets the most interaction. Besides the what are you eating, people seem to really like that. But I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling now. So I think I'm gonna try that and go back to posting like maybe 3 or 4 long content videos a week, and then like 2 or 3 shorts or something. I don't know, we'll play around with it, we'll see. But I gotta go get my walk in. I've only done like 500 steps today, so I gotta go get in a good 9,500. But yeah, y'all have a great day. As always, I appreciate y'all. And until next time, get that sugar up in ya. All the best.